Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Good morning. Mic check. Actually, we want to work on Alex for a little bit. Because I never got the thumbnail for Alex made, so let's do that now. Textures. Bada boom. Oh. So first things first, let's go ahead and make some masks. Actually, we'll make a mask for the FX. Perfect. Then we want another mask for the upper part mask. Body, upper. And then we go into here and we select turn on sticky. And I believe this is the torso here. We want to select everything here. There we go. Assign. Duplicate this. Mask, body, upper. Better. And then one more. Make a mask, body, lower. Select all of these things. deselect the clothing. Sign. And lastly, we're going to make some for the clothing. There we go. And make two more. Oops. All right. Perfect. Now we can toggle everything we want to toggle. Next, let's set up the shape. Looks good already. Only thing we need to change here. This should be smoothness. And swap it out for this one. That looks really good. Perfect. Next, material, body. Well, should be no emission on any of this stuff. So yeah, that's correct. Then the hair. Oh, I included the mat cap. Yeah, I'm not going to try to recreate the mat cap right now. It's funny because a lot of times when I tell myself stuff like that, it's like, that's just me saying to myself, please don't try. You don't have time for that. Love to do it, but I don't have time. Nice. All right, he looks good. Lastly, we need to recreate the shirt, and I believe there's just one decal on the shirt or the hoodie. And it must use the second UV map. I believe we can just layer this. No. Still need to do the alpha for the factor. Swap them. Yeah. Got a little bit of that. Maybe I could just go ahead and sample this color instead. Yeah. All right. Not too bad at all. Next, we'll make a new scene. We'll delete that. And I believe this should be 1920 by 1429. File, link. Bada boom. Good morning, If. I'm sorry to bother you last night. Unity apparently hates me. Well, no, you're totally fine. Unity can be very finicky, and there's just a lot of moving parts for this kind of stuff. But I'm glad that you were able to resolve them. Everything working past one thing, and then all broke. Oh no! The curse. For some reason, Yomi hates VRC SDK, I guess. Interesting. Some sort of conflict between Poyomi and the SDK? Hmm. I did post that highlight of mine to YouTube of me setting up that emulator. It's a little long, but and I do mess up a few times in it, but it's there. Interesting. You getting errors in Japanese? Perhaps it's the VRM that's giving you difficulty? Stock photo man DJ. Jing. Do something. I like this. I like how dynamic this looks. It's a little goofy, but should have worked. Hey, watch that. Couldn't even get the tool option to appear in the tool menu. No help form is in Japanese. What I would recommend then is just double checking. I know you're not in front of your computer now, or you might be, but in the Creator Companion, just looking at making sure all of this is up to date in your managed packages here. Yeah. Well, I wish you well. It can definitely be painful. It would be nice if the tools just worked. It is what it is. I'm QA. That's my curse. It's my burden. Trying not to create a list of bugs is hard. The bugs come to you. It's like a fate. Meeting time? No. Hey there. Good morning, Snardom. Happy Friday. Hello, hello. We're getting a thumbnail made for Alex as well. I'm just kind of polishing off my work from the last 2 weeks or so. This one should be pretty quick, though. But I hope your head's feeling a little bit better. Was it yesterday that you had the migraine or the day before? Might be a day off on that one. Both days? Oh no. Well, okay. Well, hopefully you're definitely feeling better. That sucks. Flycat. That sounds super familiar. Let me double check. Sounds like someone I follow on Twitter. I'm not sure. Okay, Flycat. Gave me new ideas for a normal stem baking a bit this morning. Hey, faith restored in the full Blender workflow. Well, good. Was there ever any doubt? Blender, the one and only true way. I think my main issue is I don't bake enough. Interesting. If I had my way, I'd be baked all the time. Just kidding. If I keep on noise and shader, it slows down a lot when mixing. That's true. That's true. The shaders can get quite expensive. That looks odd. Alt S Alt. All right, that looks a little bit better. do you think? In motion? I think that looks good. Man, I love rim light. Can I add more rim light? Is just the question that I seem to ask every time I do this. Red, maybe purple instead. Zoom. Hello. Ayo Oya. Hope we got a good start of the day going, Sam. Indeed. Yes, indeed. We've got Alex here. We're starting on getting some thumbnails created, which I love doing. Burp. Indeed. The burp. He's an owl. That's it. It looks pretty good. And then we're gonna put like a little DJ set here. Barb. Yeah, how you been doing, Zoom? Are you having a good Friday so far? Are you zooming around? Couldn't help myself. Could not help myself. Sure am. Charged and charging ahead. Love to hear it. Good. I'm very pumped for the weekend. I don't know about you. That's really is. Good. All right, so what we're going to do is I just downloaded DJ set, import that. Perfect. Easy. 3D is easy, y'all. That's a lie, but this was kind of straightforward at the very least. Good morning, Arctic. Hello. How you doing? Doing one more thumbnail this morning, getting that squared away. I'm gonna fold the tongue up a little bit. So it looks like he's actually talking to her. Not bad. Installing Blender 3.5 at the moment. Let's go. Let's go. That'll be fun. One last thing to add. Let's go to world, environment, texture. We'll do studio. Nice. All right, that looks awesome. Very pleased with this. Came together quickly. Then we'll do Alex, blah, 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 and then text at the bottom. All right. Zero. No, I always forget. No. No. Okay, thank goodness. Yeah, someone mentioned Cats works with it, so to try it out. Not having to constantly reopen my files in an older version just to use Cats will be helpful. Yeah, that sounds awful. I'd love to do some sort of fisheye thing to it. That'd be cool. This is a little extra, but we're gonna do it. Let's put it in the right folder. We're excited to mess around with the new squishy bones too. That's gonna look really cool. A lot of little cute to have like large personas and like poke their belly and stuff and squeeze, squeeze. All right, so now we have the image. Should see it here. Viewer. There we go. But then we can add this distortion to it. This will awesome. Fit it. And view. I think we maybe distorted it a little bit too much. I want more of a fisheye. So check jitter. I don't know what jitter does. Dispersion. Yeah. No, it does not work. No. That's the curse. The curse. I'm sorry to hear that. Perfect. Okay. Oh, okay. I see. When it does this, it does actually. Is there another distortion? That would be cool. Ah, well, another Blender version added to my collection then. Blender really needs something like this, like Unihub has, where they have this like, you have all your projects listed, and then you have like different versions for each project. Like, I really like this little setup here. This would be cool, or even just different versions of Blender. I would like that. I always forget which Blender version I've installed since I hardly bothered to uninstall. Russian roulette. Yeah, I don't like Steam version as it auto updates, which is fine for games, but not software like Blender. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I only use the, or I just install them. I never think to use Steam for software. I only use it for gaming. But I know that they have a lot of software and you get like things like Unity and stuff like that. But just feel like I forget. Okay, that looks cool. Some people like it. Making my journey home once more. I'll be stuck. Chat. That sounds good. Blender Hub when? We are talking about Unity Hub, right? Some people like it, but heck, I don't like having to set up stuff randomly. I need to mentally prepare myself for that kind of stuff. Absolutely. Mm. I think it's nice to get back to something and know exactly what to expect. That's important. And I should just do all my stuff in here. I shouldn't be doing it anywhere else. Look at that little glare node. Dope. Uh, there. Boom. Looks so good. But we'll do stuff. And for some reason, there's like nothing getting picked up here on the hoodie. Mix. Gotcha. Too many cool things in Blender. Like on social media, change the layout of button icons. How dare they? How dare? Yeah, every time I go, like once a year, I'll go on Facebook to like, because I need to change my password or something and get into Spotify. But every time I come back, I'm like, this just looks weirder and weirder. Modeling, compositing, animation, editing, shading, simulation, pretty much anything if you include geometry nodes. That's the power and curse of open source. It's kind of weird that it's so blurred here, but then not at all in the middle. That feels kind of funny to me. It will add a little bit of jitter. I can't really tell what that changes. It just adds noise of some sort. Okay, I think that's good though. Boom. Oh, I forgot to gotta plug this all into the composite. These two nodes aren't the same. Why is viewer and composite different? Or anyway, should be a way to just doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Whoa. Um, I'd still like to have the alpha. So I'm gonna Control X, X, and that should give me alpha. Looks like it doesn't. The fog. Let's see. Yeah, it does fill it in. How can I retain that? Probably doesn't matter. Probably doesn't matter. Okay, let's go with that for now. All right. This looks different. Did I mess up? Or no, I got rid of the stars. That's right. I don't know. There should be some chromatic aberration, right? Look at that. Why is it? There we go. Save. Bam. Delete that. Blech. Bring back the good stuff. Boom. Yeah. All right. Is this a little too much? Maybe we should turn it down just slightly. Does look like stuff's happening. It's in motion, but maybe a little bit too much motion. Let's do 0.05. The dispersion. Yeah, even that just adds a lot. Just a little, not overdone. Yeah, that looks nice. Yeah. Yeah. Can I just refresh this? Convert to linked. Photoshop is stupid. Can't believe I pay money for this. But I don't want to spend the time to learn a new program. Oh, there we go. I think that looks awesome. Let's go ahead and get some text in here. Alex. Something like there or there. Or here. I like right here. That's good. Everything leads the eye here. And then we'll put created and owned by at the bottom. Yeah, that looks good. Let's get a cool font. Something tech, or is there a rave one? Perfect. I like the little. We'll do a few. I've realized that with this kind of stuff, it's like I'd rather just have a lot more fonts than a lot less fonts. We haven't done. We did that one twice apparently. Actually, a different one as well. Sure. Okay, perfect. Bunch of fonts. Doop doop. Bunch of these. T. Brave. Nice. It's amazing how much font can change the look of something. I really did like the oh well. Go with that. Alex. Oh. And then what? Outer glow. This does look like an R. No, it looks good. Put that one. This will go here. All right. And then we'll make overlay. All right. A little bit of blur. And then we'll say rave stop. Lasers. You know, that seems to be the central theme. Kind of. Meh. Me. It's kind of nice. All right. some of these hard edges here. What do you think? Does this look all right? I think it looks all right. Not super sold on it, to be honest. To be honest. We'll do something like this, more like a pattern, something interesting, less. I don't know. I don't know. This is cool. Get behind it. Back to Blender really quick. We're gonna do out. Would like the alpha, please. Bam. Something like that. Very close. All right. But now we have more exact. Where is the All right, I think that works better. Just something subtle, just to break it up. Doesn't have to be over the top, but it does need to be textured. Just with that texture. As well, I think we're missing just having a nice blend. Set this to multiply. Really wish I could use my hotkeys. Something like that. All right. Lastly, Then inner glow. Nice. I think that's good. Now let's export. Boom. Open up our project, get everything set up. Loading, loading, loading. Bum, 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 bum. I should have added more lens flare. That would have been fun. Party going on outside. Man, Unity just takes millions of years to open. I'll just show you guys what I'm looking at right now. I'm watching this video of this bear eating a pear. That's pretty good. So I gotta say, oh, look at how cute he is. Oh, I'd still be super sketched out being anywhere near a real life bear. Okay. Once Unity is loaded, we'll upload the thumbnail, all that jazz. I'm gonna grab something to munch on. I'll be right back. We back. Oh, hey there, Era. Hello, hello. Yeah, we're popping open Unity. We're going to take a look at the thumbnail for Alex. The thumbnail for Alex, which came out pretty well. I don't know if you saw the saw. It looks good. Oh, this looks weird, bad. Or set it to be a sprite. Bottom. Round two. Ding ding. Just work never stops. The work never stops. All right, here we go. And who are we then? Log in there. BRB. Go to Gmail real quick. Boom. Uh, I actually really love making the thumbnails. It just feels like, I don't know. It's like the cherry on top of like the avatar. I did all this work and it's like it just I like having a little collection of thumbnails. I don't know. It's like a trophy. um all right, build and publish. Oh, and I should actually send you. Yes, but later tonight, after I'm set up, go to a short call, help me set stuff up, make sure I'm loading everything correctly. Well, just to clarify, um, it depends on the nature of the issue. Are you just looking to get your package loaded, or is this for VR chat or VSF? VSF first, and just get it loaded so I can get in and make the minor setup I need to, more or less. Honestly, would just love a stable beginning point where everything's working. Gotcha. Okay. Um. All right. I don't want to commit to meeting tonight. I'll probably, um, but I may just go over it on stream. Um, kind of get everything, kind of do a walkthrough of setting it up properly. Um, oh, and make sure to copy the thumbnail. That's the whole point. Bam. Um, But yeah, no worries. I'm just wondering if I am just loading something wrong. If you don't have time, it's fine. I have other folk I can reach out to. I just I think I can do it on stream. Is basically my thought. Um, just make sure we get everything loaded and correct. All right. And then we want to paste the component values right there. Save. And let me go ahead and export to package. Should just be these two files. Oh, wait, can't. I need to remove the thumbnail there. Export package. Boom. As long as I get Unity to work. Fair. B1. B1. Done. Now, update. I will say V2. Okay. Then Google Drive. All right, just 1 second. You also have to send some messages. Is not perfect. The thumbnail in the scene for easy uploading. Updating. There we go. Perfect. Hope you're having a great Friday. Well, all right. There we go. So now what we're going to do is we're going to... Oh, my eyeball. Oh. We're going to start everything from scratch to make... we're going to walk through getting that file uploaded. So I'm going to double check. VRM, VSF, Unity, Uni GLTF. Pretty sure those are the 3 things we need for it. All right, but I'll go ahead and go through the process of making a new project. Um, an update. So the first thing, so I'll just treat it like a YouTube tutorial. All right, so we're going to go through the process of getting a VR chat project set up for avatar uploading and for VC Face. I have a avatar Unity package that I want to bring in and make edits to. And so I just want to go through what add-ons you'll need, how to get them set up, and what things to do. But the first thing to do is get this VR chat creator companion app. So obviously you want to go to VR chat and log in. Ignore that. Bam. And once you're in, you can go to somewhere, download. Here, download the Creator Companion app. So once you log into vrchat.com, you want to download Creator Companion app because this is going to give you the 100% correct version and also very easy access to other packages you're going to need to download. So definitely recommend going this way through the process. Now, once you've done that, you'll have this little window, the Creator Companion window. It's very similar to Unity Hub if you're familiar with that. It additionally has a lot of guides on how to set things up for VR chat, Udon creation, all those things. Very worthwhile checking that out. But we're going to start from scratch by creating a new project. So I need to, eventually I'll need to update my avatar uploading file because it's just getting huge. So we'll do avatar CC, creator companion. Let's say just 2023. We're starting it this year. And I would like to be able to select the template. Oh, and then we have to select the avatar template. Oh, it's cool. It has Udon Sharp built in now. But then we create it. Bada boom. And so right here, what we're looking at is all of the packages we would want. So the main thing is we want the gesture manager and the avatar manager as well. So we'll just go ahead, click that, bada boom. Now it's in. It's literally as easy as the click of a button. And now that we've created it, let's open up the project. So in terms of what we need for the VR chat side of things, we pretty much have everything. This is everything we need to bring in a Unity package with an avatar and upload that avatar. So the Unity package in question is one that I've made. So we'll go here, new packages. And so we've made a few, but I'll be importing this one because it contains everything and then a few updates in order once it actually opens up. Bum, 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 bum. So a lot of this. Usually, if you're following along, you've already waited it for it to download. Then you're gonna wait for it to set up Unity. Then you're gonna wait for it to also. What does it need to get? It needs to get download the import the Unity packages. Then we'll hit to import. As you can see, we're just gonna wait on that. If I download this later, I'll clip the segment, but if I don't get around to it, tis what it is. All right, here we go. right off the bat, it'll freeze. Um, so this is our project. And there is absolutely nothing in this project. So when we say project, this is that my setup may be very different from yours, but windows are the most important part. So just pay attention to the window names. For example, the project, this is everything that is in our project. Unity has a lot of packages it brings in automatically, and VRChat tucks itself into these packages. It's kind of like a um, more internal version of your project. You do not want to be making assets in here. You want to be making assets in the assets folder. This is where we'll be making things. So first thing to do is we're going to import our package. And this comes with quite a few different things. Some of the things that I've made for the character. But the main thing of importance is right now we're only setting up for the VRChat character, making sure that that is working properly. So we're only going to import the VRChat version. Otherwise, it's going to throw a lot of errors, and we don't want to see errors. We don't want that. So I'm going to import that. Boom. And it'll take a while to bring in textures. And it does, it's processing them as well. So what it needs to do is crunch textures. This is not stuff that happens when you download an avatar in VRChat. So while you're in VRChat, when you're loading in another character, everything's ready to go. VRChat has to do, or sorry, Unity itself has to do it from scratch. You're doing it from a Unity package. All right, so I'm going to switch to full screen for just one moment. All right, so I did enter this scene kind of off camera, so to speak. So let me back in. But basically, what I did was initially we were just kind of this blank scene, but we wanted to go into our upload scene. So every time you import a Unity package, there's pretty much what should be standard is that there's a scene ready for you to upload the avatar. If not, there's going to be a prefab. So we have this prefab here of Era, our dragon dude, and he should have everything on. If you're given a, if you've been given a package that's set up properly, it should have an avatar descriptor, all these things, and you can just drag it into your scene like this, and you would get your character, and he's ready to upload. I just need to log into VRChat and upload. So that's pretty much everything you need to set up for getting your character. And if you've been given a Unity package that's upload ready, this is pretty much all the steps that need to be taken. In fact, I'll just go through the process of actually uploading it really quick. But if I do that, I'm going to have to do one more code because VRChat is like that now. I'm going to have to do this so many times every day. Copy. Really? So now we got a new code. Do not exit it. Paste. Verify. Same process for the VTuber stuff. Correct. But yeah, we're gonna go through. I'm just going through the VR chat right now, showing that everything's ready to go. And now that we've done that, now that we've logged into VR chat, one question about exporting: do you include Poyomi shaders, or should the recipient download it themselves? So one really, really cool aspect of the Poyomi shaders is that they have this locking feature. And basically, they create a very compact, optimized version of themselves that does not require Poyomi itself to run. So it distills all the features into just the essentials and puts them in a little folder here. And you do not need anything else besides this little file in order for the shader to work. So I don't need to bring in the whole Poyomi package. I just need the locked shader, the optimized version. Which is cool. I think it's a very smart way for Poyomi to work, and it means that you get very, very performant version of shader as well. But if you want to edit them, then you would need Poyomi. So they're basically locked in place, and you can't change them. They're very crystallized. But in terms of just sharing them with clients and stuff, it's super straightforward. Yeah, once we've logged into VR chat, we have you can see I'm logged in. And if we click on our avatar, now the pipeline manager says this little gibberish thing here. And this is basically the address of your avatar on VR chat's website. Only you can access it, but that's where you upload it basically. Now, if I wanted to overwrite my version of Era, which I have here, I could copy this ID, go back to Era, and paste it in here. I could detach and paste it. It is the same, so I could just do this, boom, and attach it. Or if you're doing it from scratch, you just hit detach and leave it blank. If you're uploading for the first time, you just want to leave it blank. And then all you have to do is go over to Builder and hit Build and Publish. Don't worry about the performance stats. That's specific to this avatar, but you hit Build and Publish, and then it'll give you a menu. I'm not going to go through that right now because it will take some time. But as long as there's no errors, like this, it's telling me that this has very bad performance in terms of its ranking. But it's not, it would tell you in these messages here if you can or cannot upload. Sometimes it'll even just remove the option to even click this button. If you can click this button, then you can upload. One very common problem, and why I went over that blueprint first, is if there is a blueprint attached to your avatar in the pipeline manager component that is not attached to your account. So say, for example, someone else had given me this avatar and they had left their address in here. Then if I left their number in there and tried to upload, it would try to go through the whole process and then give you an error at the very end. Which is kind of silly. You know, you think it could beforehand, but whatever. So that's a very common error. Just make sure it's empty or confirm that it matches what your ID on your uploaded avatar in your account. That was long-winded. Now what we're going to do is get the VTuber version set up, because I have a VTuber version of this avatar, and we would like to get it working. So in order to do that, what we're going to do is first and try to remember what we need. So first thing we're going to check out is, I know that I've made this avatar for VC Face. So I go to VSF website, VC Face. Let's go to About for right now. And in their download section, this is for the software when you're actually doing the VTubing. This is not the add-on for Unity. So if you want to be able to use the components inside of Unity, I believe you have to go to here, Unity Asset Bundle. Yes, so you want to click VSF Avatar, and then you'll see right here SDK download. So you click that, voila, and it downloads. I'm just going to make sure I reread this. README file here. Need Unity 2018.4.31 F1, which is the same one VRChat uses. And then it also says make a project and import UniVRM. So this is usually the main issue, is that we don't have this. So we've already downloaded the SDK for VSF, but we also need the UniVRM package that's required. And it specifically says 0.89, UniVRM 0.89. So this is 0.89, perfect. So we'll also click that one. And ta-da, we have these two packages. So I want to install UniVRM first. Actually, let's back up one more time. Do this one, then that one. Okay, perfect. So we're going to do the UniVRM first. Import. This is my loading dance. Funny, the longest part of those packages coming in is almost always all the simple assets. We just got warnings, which is good. If we got errors, we probably couldn't continue, but just warnings. What you want to see. Next, let's go back and let's do the VSF package. Boom, import. All right. And once it's done, we'll see it up here. You can already see it's kind of filled in everything. Dread Tools is a specific component that I use. We can ignore that. I do recommend it if you're spending a lot of time Unity's animation stuff, but we're focusing on the VSF. Draw for food. I just spent the last week being destroyed by Elite Motion for a VRM setup. I was getting weird thumb tracking. Interesting. Maybe you just don't have thumbs. You just actually have another finger, and I knew that. Turns out if you don't have all fingers mapped, the thumb is. All right, so we did get a error. Let's just see if it goes away. It went away, so I'm not going to worry about it. Yeah, I had a lot of trouble with Leap Motion. I personally don't quite think it is worth the money, but it can be finicky. It can be finicky. But once you get it working and you have the right setup, it is awesome to have your hands. I do wish there were there were competitors to Leap Motion. Yeah, the humanoid mapping for your bones, very important. All right, so we need to now bring in the next aspect of my initial package here. So we did not bring in the V2 version first. I'm now going to do that right now. I ended up accidentally bidding and winning what's that say? A controller on eBay to test with. Oh, heck yeah. I mean, hey, if you get it, you get it. Era VTuber. Perfect. So this is all the VTuber shenanigans, and we're going to import that. Boom. I had better luck with full camera tracking, sadly. Yeah, it kind of, it gets your hands. I don't know. It may not get your finger as well. I think all of that stuff is going to improve quite a bit, though. Um, just in case. As AI gets really good, all these additional things, maybe they'll even get this at some point. Can you imagine that? Okay, that loaded in well. Should have double checked it was updating that my scene that I was in, but that's all right. So we're gonna go in, and so how I organize it is just this is the VR chat version, and this is the VTuber version, and we have a scene for the VTuber as well. So we're gonna hop in there. It looks exactly the same, which is good. That's what we want. Uh, and that's it. So now we could go ahead, make all our changes, but everything's working. Uh, so again, this is if someone's giving you a VTuber to test with, change with. We actually have the VTuber file already. It's this little blank folder. If I go to Show and Explore here, you can see it is a VRM file. So this is the oh, sorry. So this is the VRM file, which is the kind of initial version you create, but this right here is what you want. Era VTuber V1. It says VSF avatar file. That is exactly what you want and what you would give to VC Face in order for it to work. Now, if I were to go ahead and uh, export the avatar bundle, it does that, which is a little odd. We have a console again. I probably need to restart Unity at this point, so let's try that. After installing a bunch of packages, it's certainly not unheard of to have to reinstall some stuff. But also, I should have said earlier, welcome, Draw for Food. Welcome to the stream. I hope you're having a good Friday. Thank you for coming by. That was a quick load. It is a smaller project. Now that we reloaded, VSF export. Nice. Why is it working? No, that shouldn't be anything. We have everything here. Let's just hit play. See what that does. We should see some sort of oh hi. Interesting. VSF animations. Huh. Let's see. So these got reset. We do have all of the blend shapes. So something about the blend shape got funky. Yes. Okay. Let me try importing one more time the VSF, see if it updates the blend shape. So it sounds like you got to this point already, Era. Blend shape, blend shape. So it is refreshing it. Let's try this again. Not touching anything else, right? It does want to mess with the prefab. Leave the prefab alone. Or no, that's fine. Reload. There we go. Okay. Yes and no. Well, if you get that problem, just reload it. Or bring in the package. It seems on that initial blend shape setup, it lost my connections here. But now we have them back. And there should be any blend shapes, which is good. Let's hit play again. We should have a much bigger list now. Yes, we do. And all of these things are working. Nice. Browse up, browse down. Boom, boom, boom. All the clothing toggles. All right. Okay, so that's what we want to see. And now, hopefully, it will actually recognize that we can export it. No, so we still have that problem. Which is so odd. Let's try just bringing in VRChat or the VSF SDK one more time. Does want to refresh this stuff, but I don't need anything in the sample assets or this sample assets. Well, actually, no, nothing in there. Hmm. What would it be missing? Perhaps I need to restart my computer? Because I have everything that is required. This is about where I got stuck, and VSF decided to hate Koyomi shaders. It didn't care, because it shouldn't care at all, because VSF works with Koyomi, or works with Unity, with any Unity shader. So it should care. I'm not saying that that's not happening. It's just saying that ideally there should be a issue. Also, make sure to set the project to linear color space. Just in case that wasn't the latest version it linked to, we're going to download it directly from the GitHub. Turn off the samples again. And that's it. Okay, so everything should be correct here. Let's try just hopping into a different scene really quick and coming back. All right, glad I did that. And then back to the other scene. So I'm just going into a different scene and coming back in. Bam. And we'll try again. Nothing. Let's duplicate this. Unpack it. Then try it. Nope. Okay, so it's not anything with my scene set up. It's something with the package itself. Here we go. Reference script on behavior game object SB here is missing. So is it something? Ah, okay. Gotcha. I'm missing my dynamic bones. I forgot I had used dynamic bones on this. So let's go ahead, go to package manager. So I've purchased dynamic bones. I'm sure that they're doing, whoever made the dynamic bones add-on is probably so pleased VR chat came to exist. They must have made ridiculous amounts of money off of it. You go, Will Hong. You go. I guess he's probably just like, I just wanted to make bouncing boobs. Instead, I am set for life. All right, but now the dynamic bones are no longer missing their components. Perhaps that was perhaps it was. Okay, that's good to know. So if you happen to be missing components like the dynamic bones, that's the problem. It is in the wrong project here. So normally when I'm exporting, you select the root, you hit the export, you find where you want to put it. In this case, since I already had one, if I wanted to overwrite it, I could do that, or I could make a second version, and then you just hit save. Export, you bring that into VSF, good to go. I'm not going to do that right now because it takes a long time. But that's it. That is it. Troubleshooting done. All right. Doesn't UVRM already have dynamic bones? They have something called spring bones, which do roughly the same thing. But with VSF, you can use other Unity components like dynamic bones, which is a separate add-on. In fact, they have a bunch of really cool whitelisted components or components you're allowed to use. You can use Final IK, tons of other things. I can't really remember all of them. So, but yeah, that's pretty much it. So now we've got the VSF load ready. We fixed the problem. The problem was just that the dynamic bones were missing their components. You're scaring me. Well, there's a lot you can do. That doesn't mean you have to do it. um, but yeah, so the problem error was just forgot to load bones, also fuzzy cam. Uh, so as long as there's no missing components here, you should be good to go. I know you have dynamic bones era, so that was the one thing I missed was also bringing in the dynamic bones package. And then it worked like a charm. Boom, boom, export. You get the window, get your location to export. Good to go. But yeah, I am going to step away from this for now. And we're going to work on painting. There's my little tutorial for the day. If I did one tutorial a day, that'd be pretty good, actually. Yep, got it. Hopefully doing it this way will work. No strange issues. I was loading everything, so that may be it. I do think that the order you bring things in can definitely create errors. Because if you bring in the VSF stuff in, VCA stuff, before the Unity GLTF stuff, it will break. Or you'll get errors. It won't break necessarily, you'll just get a lot of errors. Until you import the other package back. Look at this funny face here. You know, I want to start on the armor actually. I want to start on the armor. And I have been doing this for years. Yeah, I mean, you know, Sometimes you just want it to work. It's cool. I like that. All right, so I'm going to pop open our reference for the Marine. Right over there. All right, so a lot of gunmetal grays is what I'm taking away. Gunmetal gray. It's always important to add just a touch of color to your grays. A little bit goes a long way. It's like you're kind of sub-perceptual saturation there, but it does give it a little. Because nothing in real life is without color. I actually don't know if that's true or not. It sounds true. It sounds insightful, so we're going to go with that. And let's make this a browner color as well. So right there. Boom. And I'll call this the plating. And in it, we'll drop another layer. And we'll call this the plating edgeware. Slap a generator on. Use the edgeware generator. Boom. Nice. And immediately we're done. No, not quite done, but it certainly adds a lot. Let's turn up our resolution to what will actually be seen in there. Turn down the roughness. Maybe give it a little bit of height. Definitely should be metallic, maybe even more metallic than the other segments. And I would say darker. Yeah, that looks better. A little bit like that. All right, that looks good. And then for the other stuff, we'll add some plating scratches. No, not a filter. We'll just do a fill scratch. That. Let's tile it 4 times. Turn down the amount. Let's actually go back to like 2. Then, of course, get some height. Gouge it. Maybe I should just add this to the edgeware. I don't know. That's kind of nice on its own layer. Oh, look at that big scratch right there. Looks a little darker. Roughness low. Metallic we can leave alone. I'm also going to add here our ambient occlusion layer. And just touch of ambient occlusion in there, so it actually has some shadowing, self-shadowing. All right, that looks cool. Next, let's add some like divots and greebles. Let's just call it greebles. It's a good word for it. Greeble. We'll remove the mask here because this one will actually be adding fills to the fill layer called greeble. add the normal, do a normal fill. And they have a bunch of these really cool normal maps in here. Stuff like this. And you can just set to planar projection, no repeat, scale it down, and then just slap it on stuff. Slap it. You just get slappy with it. But then, as well, on a layer above it, or first we would add a anchor point. How is it mirroring? It is mirroring because the UVs are on top of each other. So I used a mirror modifier, and basically the mesh is looking at the same spot. So there's only one hand UV island, and so they share that data. So working on one side lets me work on both sides, which is nice. Very nice. And it lets you have higher resolution stuff. Sometimes when I import something with overlapping / double UVs, it gets weird and dark in substance. Usually that means that your normals are flipped. So if you took your model and you just flipped it, the normals, the direction the geometry faces, is inverted. So you have to flip it as well. So you're heading in the right direction. Sounds like your setup for your baking process is might be a little bit off, but you're definitely heading in the right direction. And add another template above. Greaves. And then I'll add our fill anchor point with the greaves. And we're going to tell it to extract alpha from the normal. So let's just do stuff like this. Do height. Place. I have to put it above. But like, for example, I have a couple strawberries. I want to have the same texture. I overlap the UV islands since the mesh is identical, but it's dark even though the normals look okay. So for me here, everything is perfect. And not only is my mesh mirrored on the UVs, but everything is mirrored as well on the mesh, on the actual geometry. Now, what that means is, say, for example, on one side, I had like something floating near this or touching the shoulder pad. That would mean that there would be a weird shadow on this side. So, say you have a bunch of strawberries, they're all using the same UV island, but you're putting all those strawberries together, then they're all trying to bake different lighting sources onto the same spot. And that's when it gets weird. So they're all looking at different things, but they're trying to overwrite the same spot. That's when it gets weird. And hair is very difficult for. So say I had like a symmetrical face, and I wanted to bake the ambient occlusion on the face, but the face is mirrored. If they have like a strand of hair that covers their eye, that means there's going to be a shadow here that shouldn't exist on the other side. But yeah, so if you have a bunch of objects that are placed very differently on your mesh, then you will get very different results. But I have made a tutorial on how to get around that. And if you ever want me to send it to you, or to fix paint over normal maps and ambient occlusion maps. So if you ever want me to send that your way, I definitely can. Ooh, thunder. I'm jealous. I would love some thunder right now. Oh, yeah, let me get that your way. I believe I put it on YouTube. probably on my other channel. I think it's a stream highlight. Oh, no, I know exactly what it is. Okay, so I can share this. Copy. So I have it as a highlight in my stream channel. So let's paste that there. Man, I'll probably move that 420. I'll probably move it to my actual channel or YouTube. I'm dealing with like 60 chains of the same mesh, and I just individually unwrapped everything because I didn't think I could shortcut. Um, well, baking, the difference is more like that you could still bake parts of that, but you'll just have to remove just the chain from your bake, if that makes sense. So if you have a character with a chain, you're basically going to bake it with the chain so you get the nice soft shadow on the body. But the chain itself will require some additional steps, which is what I go over there. Some serious downpour happening now. Struggling to hear the stream of the deluge outside my window. Oh, wow. Oh, that is quite a deluge. A deluge. Deluge. Sorry, I like saying that. This should replace the height. There we go. There we go. All right. There we go. And I want to push it in. But now we have these cool little Master Chief greebles we can move around. More like Master Chef. Actually, you know what? I can totally get away with a 4K texture for this guy because he's only going to have a handful of textures. Nice. That'll be fun. We can duplicate and move around as well. Now we have two. But they don't seem to blend nice. Oh. And let's swap it out for something else. I don't know. I'm just kind of playing with this stuff. I don't really know if there's like a specific thing I want to be doing with it. Just really satisfying to do. All right, let's just do some screws and stuff. I feel like the detail just isn't quite coming out as much as it could, though. If I made them a little bit shinier, have some pop. Definitely more metallic. I don't know, they look surprisingly plain. And I definitely need to get this edge to blur a little bit better because that's very jagged. All right, let's keep going. It's fun though. I like the look of it a lot. And there's a lot more to play around with. Hmm, that's cool. I want more though. There's only so few. Give me more. I could probably overlap them quite easily. Bake them. Yes. I'm really excited. There's I think we've talked about this before, but there's an SDF add-on coming to Blender soon. I think it's already in testing, but I was just thinking it's like that would be perfect for just making little things to bake. Like I don't think it'd probably be hard to retopologize some of that stuff, but for like baking and things like that, I would be super interested in trying it out. Now we're also gonna go ahead one more template. Next, let's do a fill for the greaves. Let's do a color for right now. Mask. Anchor point. No. Fill. Get the anchor point. Greaves. Duplicate. Filter. Bevel. Like that. But let's give it some height. So we're actually kind of pushing out from this. All right, give it the double whammy. And then we'll duplicate this, and put it up top. And on this one, we'll do a noise. Set it to multiply, I guess. This should be set to subtract. Okay, so now we have this distance we can give it, and then these spots or something else to kind of chip away at it. Give it this kind of chunky outline, which looks nice. Lastly, give it just some darker color. Definitely some ambient occlusion. Roughness 0, because it's kind of in a crevice. And most importantly, pushing the height down. Really looks like we're just got this chunky edge, which I like. Let's do something slightly for the noise, though. But there we go. Now it feels like it's part of that wear and tear, which is nice. All right. So, looking at the reference image, if we have one, it's gonna be fun is doing all the little like decals and stuff because they have like uh oh, what's that called? Where they keeping count with the lines. What is it called? There's a specific word for that, but whatever, not coming to mind. Remove it from these. Where's the other one? Oh, no, just the two. That means I removed it from something else without meaning to. Oh well. And then we'll do another template for the lights. Make them, should make it dark, glossy. Shouldn't be metallic, so, but we need it to separate it. A little bit of height, just a border. But most importantly, it's going to glow. Nice. Now, for the glow, we'll make one more layer. Actually, we'll turn it off here. We'll make one more layer in here called light glow. Should have a base. And this will be just a nice gradient on the glow. Maybe. little bit of difference. And then these lenses will blend differently. So we'll call this shoulder blades. And armor eyes. Drop here. First thing to do, height, rough, metallic. Set the height to place. And then these glow as well, but they glow blue. And then the satchel there. We'll give it a leather. Looking really cool though. Already. Nice to have some mud on the boots. So we'll make one more template here. Call it. To explode the model, do you just use a shape key or a blend shape? Right now, they are actually all just separate meshes in Blender. So I tend to do the texturing first before rigging. But yeah, so he's all just blown apart here. And I keep them in separate collections so I can export different pieces. And then I, of course, have my little high poly versions too. So here's the armor low poly, then the armor high poly for the bake. The teeth and eyes, not the face. Yes. But that's a little baking secret I learned. Sometimes I'll even do the mouth interior, like the inside of the mouth. I'll bring that out too. That way you can just see what you're doing. Usually if you keep the teeth in the mouth when they bake, they break. So I just take them out. In fact, I really should have moved the beard off of his face as well. But that's okay. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about it. Ah, it's a filter. I need a generator. Dirt. That'll give it a nice muddy color. Turn it up. Then we'll also add a fill. Do we add a fill? It's probably another generator. Position. Yeah, position. And Go to mask mode so I can see what's going on. All right, looks like that. We want to set it to subtract. Move it down. So we're just getting it down there. But the mud's not getting in here. No, it is getting in there. Gotcha. Okay. It's getting in there real nicely. A little bit more. I like the look of it. Stomping. Give him stompy. All right. We're going to go here. This is the base. We'll make one more template. This will be the suit. So it's kind of the rubber material below. And we're going to start grabbing those sections. Certainly not everything here. And in fact, my armor is missing a few spots as well. Bam. Bam. All right. Then we go to armor or the plating. I'll add it back. Whoa. All right. Now for this suit that we've made, I don't think I need to change the color. I actually just want to add no, we should have a base. Even if we just copied the actual base. All right. And then in here, make another. We'll call this the pattern. And we'll add a fill. Pattern. Something this. Tile it 4 times. 40 times. Maybe even 80 times. Something where it just looks like a fabric. And then give it a bit of height. Push it in. Now we've got some sort of like greeble texture. Let's say 60. A little bit bigger. And let's take the color, or darken the color. Maybe even pull out some of the roughness on it. And the A up. Add a little bit. Nice. Now that feels like chainmail. That's what it looks like. But very sci-fi when you get up close because it's got all these little diamonds. Anything else we could swap in there? Dots. Ooh, that looks nice. I think we'll have patches of this. I like that a lot. But we'll contrast it with this one. Boom. That's really cool. I like that a lot. Actually, yeah, I want that. And we'll just put it back up to 80. A little bit less height. There. Color. Turn up a little bit. dense. All right, that's cool. Dope shit. Dope shit. This still looks odd. I'm surprised there's no dirt here. Is there dirt? Apparently there is, but I feel like I'm not seeing it. All right, looking good. Next, for our plating, we have this edgeware. This needs to be in a folder. It's hard to look at. There we go. Plating scratches I'll leave, but on this one I would like to add a paint layer. Set it to multiply. We're just going to go in and kind of alleviate some of these details. Oh, okay, wrong thing. Oh. Maybe I just need to turn down this. All right, that's better. It's just a little too noisy. Ooh, that looks so cool. All right. Let's also go here to the height, and we're going to add a little bit of noise. I always hate doing it this way. Add in another layer. In this layer, it's just height. And this one will add the noise. And we'll scale it way up. And then add a mask. With the mask, we can just adjust it where we need. Oh no, gotcha. Take the height out, push the height down. In mask, let a fill. And fill, that's where we add this. Yes. That way, all we need to do is turn the height. That just gives us a slight noise. Line 0, 1, 0, 2, something like that. So it just feels like paint. Something on top of the metal. It's a little bit different than the metal. We'll give it a little bit of color too, something like this. Set the color to overlay. yellowing or something. Getting very strong Warhammer vibes. It's like painting. It is a Space Marine, but sort of definitely getting a feeling like that. Okay. Now, this armor that we're revealing, this edgeware, it could use some work too. Because we've made it metallic. We could make, I don't want it glossy, but it does need some sort of height pattern to just to give it some appreciable difference. And then if we get a slight shadowing here too, that would be really, really cool. Let's add an anchor point for that. We'll come back to that later though. And here, just like the other thing, put a little bit of height, but then add a mask. And the mask is what we use to drive the noise. Something like that. Looks more like a fiber now. Something like that. Also, a little bit of coloring. This will go the other direction, darker. And of course, some roughness. Change it up. Metallic. A little bit less height. Okay. One more thing to add. We have the scratches, but now we want the plating edgeware shadow. So this will take the anchor point we just made, this one, and then it will bevel it. We will take this into an inverse subtract. Oh, you know what? Actually, what happens when we do it's replace, but if we did a inverse subtract just on the bevel, oh, that works really nice. That's what I should be doing. Yeah. A lot simpler. All right. Doesn't that just pop now? Boom. So this is not the shadow. This is actually the highlight. And this will be the shadow. Instead of I sub subtract. And we set this to be dark. A little too dark. Now that feels good. All right. All right. Now we want where the plating and the mesh meet here, they need some uh, difference. Needs to look like there's a actual transition there. We'll do that on. We should do it on both of them. What's the best way to do that? Save first. I guess inside the suit, we'll add a bevel shadow template, which will get it started. Oh, wait. Huh? Let's put a mask really quick. Kind of confused at what I'm seeing. All right, that's what I thought. But it looks wet. Wet. But the roughness is at 0. What would that be? It's because there's metallic. Give it some AO as well. A little bit of height. Push it down. The roughness should be off. It shouldn't be glossy at all. Hmm. Actually, kind of useful that it makes a little seam. I don't think we'll want one on the crotch. But I kind of like it up here. All right, let's paint that out. Sure, it's on multiply. That way I'm not changing what's underneath. That looks okay. Um, oh no. Oh. I'm getting quite hungry. It's already 11:30. Man, that morning flew by. It has been about 3 hours. Dang. Wow. What a world. What a world. Okay, I see what's going on. This is the dirt. The wetness I'm seeing here, that's not from what I was adding. That's from the dirt pass, the mud pass. Okay, perfect. Good. Noise. All right. I think that looks pretty fucking awesome. IMO. IMO. I am. Oh. We definitely don't want the plating on this little rubber gasket either. Those are going to be their own things. Gotta head off. Have a nice stream. Same to you, Arctic. I hope you have an amazing weekend. Thanks for hanging out this week. Definitely hope you have a good one. We'll catch you Monday. Yeah. Enjoy your weekend. Bye. Dun-dun. Be fun to have a little. I want to add here just height. Well, I guess a little bit of ambient occlusion, roughness low. We'll say this will be rubber wrinkles. And in it, we'll add a mask. Mask, add fill. Fill will be the OM dash. These ones. Thinking this will work quite nicely. Maybe if I can. Going between Substance Painter and Photoshop is so weird sometimes. I like totally forget how the controls work. A little manipulation shortcuts. I'm gonna rotate it. Say repeat vertically. Set it to linear dodge, duplicate, flip, move it to the other side. Now we got these nice little just wrinkles, which I feel like makes it look like a rubber. Some sort of synthetic material. Rubber wrinkles. Nice. Okay. Do, 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 do. 240, 251 already. All right, I'm gonna go to the restroom. I'll be right back. Pick up right where we left off. I'm having a lot of fun with this. It's super fun. All right, all right, all right. We're back. Back and ready to attack. Having some fun with texturing. Dun, dun, dun. The reference. So the edge where we have, I like it, but it's quite like uninterfered with. Uninterfered. It's just a continuous line. I'd like to break that apart. So we're going to add another fill here with the noise. Something a bit stronger with some contrast. We'll make sure to set it to subtract. Maybe tile it 3 times. But yeah, there we go. Now we're getting some breakup on those edges, and actually that looks pretty awesome. Tiling. Or turn that balance different direction. All right. Cool. Additionally, add one more paint just so I can get rid of it in some spots. Comes out a little bit harsh on the curved sections, like right here. I don't mind a little bit of that. Look at that. It's like a little too much. There. Okay. Next, what? The suit padding is very pristine. So maybe a little bit of wear and tear on the suit itself. Yeah. And the scratches I put here, maybe we just pull that out of the plating. It'll just be its own thing. So we'll get some scratches on it too. Grunge for the suit. Let's darken. Give it a little bit of roughness difference. I think that's it. Ooh. So there's a few other spots that we have these little indents on, little greebles. Let's duplicate these and add them elsewhere. Right here. It's cool that the mud covers that up so much. That looks really cool. Just keep going. Just a few more spots. Something interesting. Laggy. That might be lagging the stream a little bit. Let me know. Still lag. Oh. No lag. Good. Okay. I wish I could get some sort of crease into the normals. Like if I could take all that normal information and drive another expression with it. Let's take a look. Maybe that's possible. Add a layer here. We'll set the mask. And then a fill. Or let's just search normal. World, space, snow. Maybe a filter then. Height to normal. Huh. Doesn't want to do anything there. All right. Compare mask. Compare the normal. This layer below. I'll have to figure that one out. I'm still not quite sure what a compare mask is. I'm sure it's incredibly useful, but I have not yet figured it out. I can do a color selection. I can't switch layer. Okay, well, let's just do the anchor point first. Greaves anchor. Right now we're getting the normal. Okay, and then we have a levels here. Let's see, let's change this color to bright red, just so we know what we're looking for. And then in the fill, we can tweak this. Do you see anything? I don't see anything yet. Supposedly, this is what we're looking at. Interesting. Isolate the direction. See it though. It's because of below the felt. Interesting. It's almost. Let's try to luminance. It's only a direction though. It's very laggy though. The material effect selected is this content. Wow, my computer is chugging. It's the Greebles, or it was. Now it feels fine. Okay, whatever. Back to the plating. Let's get the suit in this spot down here. Is this little arm piece that we've removed. Nice. I like how that came out. Then the plating should also be on this little section here. Looks a little worse for wear, but it's okay. Alrighty. Should be a shadow here. Would it happen if I put the suit above that? Oops. Not in it, above. So I'd have to manually add that in this bevel layer. So add another paint, say, manual. And we want to go to the orange here. Just paint it in. Alpha shape. Something nice and soft. And just slowly paint it in. Gives that nice yummy indent look. It looks quite nice. I'm a really big fan of this like material. It's a little, I really like how that looks. It looks like you could just squish it. All right. Let's get a template for the belt. And should this plating be on this belt? Yes. Put the belt below plating. We'll make this dark. Already looks better. Still not a fan of the material in our greeble. The greeble fill. It needs something more. I mean, even that looks better, just without it. Without a fill at all. Like it was just slightly darker. Let's set it to multiply. Yeah, that seems nice. Just like a slight difference, not a complete change. Still feels like a different material a little bit. Ooh, I like. Oh, that looks nice. Oh, yeah, I'm a big fan of that. Just nice, dark metal buttons. Yeah, I'm about that. I am about that. But that being said, it still needs a little variation inside of it. It's just too uniform. Well, now I now have proof I am dang tired. Uh-oh. I got philosophical. What goes on the internet is there forever. I am on the internet. There for a piece of me now exists forever. That's true. I like that. You know, like we're radiating off the information with radio waves or whatever, and just pieces of you getting float through the world forever. How it looks. Wow, wow, wow. Dope. Still maybe a little bit too glossy though. Set the roughness to. No, no need to change that. We just turn down the metallic. Not all the way, just a little, yeah. That contrast was so high. I think the neck piece here should be darker. And a little bit more metallic. That's kind of cool though. I like that. Just a darker chunk. Probably a little bit too dark, but feels kind of nice. Maybe set it to be an overlay. Yeah, let's include a few other pieces in that. All right, it is noon, which means it's time for lunch. I'm going to go ahead and end the stream here, get some food in my belly, and do a workout. Probably not in that order, probably the opposite order. And then I'll be back. We're going to keep texturing. That's probably what we're going to be doing the whole rest of the day. I think we can get almost all the texturing done and in Unity by the end of the day. But I'm really pumped. I think this character's coming out really cool. I've been super excited to do Space Marine armor for a while, and it's quite satisfying. So, food time is what I'm here for. You are now allowed to eat, Snardom. I'll let you out of your cage. Go get some food. But Era, Snardom, Draw for Food, Arctic, Val, if you're out there. Who else came by this morning? Zoom. I hope you're all having a fantastic Friday right now. I am. And I'll be back soon. Looking forward to hanging out with you in about an hour and a half. And oh, thank you much. I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, catch you all soon. Bye, everyone. Bye.